Welcome back to the Dabbler's Domain. Today we dabble in Star Trek. Again, I'm so excited. This is Star Trek. Oh my. Blah. So I'm so excited I can't talk. This is Star Trek Resurgence. This is just a demo. A little bit of a baller on a budget right now, so let's play the demo. I've been very curious about this game, but let's kick into it, shall we? Empty slot, yes, and begin. This is a dramatic labs adventure. The relationship. Oh, I was too slow. I tried to read the screen for you.
Captain's log, stardate 57931.4. The crew is restless. After spending too many months piecing our ship back together, we're finally about to venture out on a new mission. And the crew isn't letting this unprecedented ion storm slow them down. They're ready for something different. I know I am. Perhaps more than any of them. Fortunately, nothing ever stays the same. It's entropy, the nature of the universe. Change is inevitable. And while entropy says order gives way to chaos, in this case, change is good. Our new first officer is en route to the Resolute. Jara Rydek. I know she'll bring a welcome dose of new blood to the crew.
Oh, something's happening. That's a catch.
Thanks.
No problem.
I'm not great with flying. But these little shuttles...
Oh, and yet you joined
the
Starfleet?
worst.
Don't close your eyes. I've seen worse. Don't close your eyes.
Here's a tip. Don't close your eyes. You'd think that would make it easier, but it only makes it worse. Look out the window, pick a star, and just focus on that.
I'll give it a try. Sorry, I'm a little anxious.
I hadn't noticed.
I'm on my way to my first assignment. When we get to the starbase, I'm transferring on to the Resolute.
So am I.
It won't be easy for Jara to step in at the 11th hour like this. But if she's half the officer I knew she could become when she was a cadet at Starfleet Academy, she'll be the XO this ship needs right now.
Oh, this should be fun. I'm excited. I might not talk that much during it because, I don't know, there's just a lot going on. And it's a very story-driven game, I know that much. Hopefully the sound is okay. Sounds like the voices might be too small, so let's actually, can I can't. Settings. Let's bring the music volume down more. No, dialogue volume up. Bring the sound effect volume down. That a little bit. That should do it. Resume. Sorry if the first opening was a bit too quiet. I didn't think I had the... Well, so now I'm paranoid. Check in at security. Why is it ad? Space. I want to go to space.
A starbase on the very edge of Federation space. Long way from home now.
That should be better.
Commander? I'm not usually such a nervous wreck, by the way. I actually did well at the Academy.
Oh yeah?
Maybe you've heard of the Torvalin test?
Sounds familiar.
It's a tactical simulator that makes the Kobayashi Maru look like a picnic on Pintar's 5. Anyway, I finished in the top 20. Not just in my class. I mean, all time. In the history of the Academy. So, there's that.
Really? That's quite impressive.
Thank you. It was tough. But you know, I set my mind to it and it paid off.
I know he's trying to brag, but I don't know. I want to give him some confidence. A little ensign.
Please place your hand here. Hold it there for a few seconds.
You know, make him feel a little bit okay about himself.
Welcome, Commander Rydek.
Wait, you're Jara Rydek? You absolutely crushed the Torvalin test. You finished in what, like the top 3?
That would be me.
Now I'm really... It's an honor to meet you, Commander.
Yeah, we put him in his place a
Sorry,
little bit.
I didn't realize before. I just came off the shuttle and was glad to be on solid ground.
The pleasure is mine, Ensign.
Paul Calloway.
Good to meet you.
I believe Commander Ermot is expecting you. He's in the concourse just ahead.
See you on the Resolute.
Oh, he'll remember that interaction for sure. All right. Let's walk down this hallway. I know it's like a...
Good day, Commander.
Good day. Story-driven game, less action, but I don't know, I'm for it. A little sidestep. Boom, 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 boom. Strutting down to go find my commander.
If I remember my briefing, Commander Ermot is a Bolian, so I'm looking for someone with blue skin.
Well, probably over there. Sidestep. Boom.
Starbase 128 has 4 docks. I'll replicate myself a meal once I'm on board.
Okay, okay.
Excuse me.
I just walk in the middle of their conversation. Oh, it is him.
Welcome to the edge of the galaxy, Commander Rydek. I'm Commander Jan Ermot, Operations Officer on the Resolute. Commander? I hope there wasn't too much trouble getting here. This storm isn't making anything easy for us right now.
It was a
I
little
know
bumpy.
conditions are less than ideal at the moment.
It was a bit bumpy, but otherwise okay.
My apologies. This storm is unlike anything I've seen before. We're grateful you were able to come fill our first officer vacancy at such short notice.
Ooh, something
From everything
happened.
I've read and everything I've heard, we're lucky you were available to us. Coming from a premier starship and all. To our little research vessel.
What have you heard?
What exactly have you heard about me?
First in your class at the Academy. Received the Starfleet Award of Valor during the Dominion War. Most recently, Tactical Officer and Chief of Security on the USS Endeavor.
You've done your homework.
Like I said, we're very lucky.
Is that it? Is that our ship? Ooh.
The USS Resolute. She may not look like much compared to the bigger ships, but as far as science vessels go, she can more than hold her own. And she doesn't look so bad considering 6 months ago she was nearly cracked in half, venting plasma, fighting for her life.
It was an accident?
Equipment malfunction. An accident suggests fault, but no one's to blame.
Oh, there might be
It was a
something to blame.
planned test, but the warp core was pushed beyond its limits. It destabilized the dilithium, there was a runaway reaction, and the warp bubble deformed. We thought we could reach a higher resonant frequency, but it was more than she could handle. Cost us our first officer and 22 of our crew.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we're all responsible for each other. That's what it means to be a crew.
I can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like for you. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It does weigh heavy. There are some things you can't forget.
It's been 6 months.
Let's ask about the crew.
What's the attitude among the crew now?
Unsettled. But I hope that a new mission will help them move forward.
I don't
If
want.
not, move on.
I don't want to get too personal just yet.
I realize you've known Captain Solana for quite some time, and I'm sure you're ready to bring your best. But I should warn you that when the captain announced you would be the new first officer, there were those who felt it was a mistake, that he should have promoted from within. So you might want to tread lightly at first. Until they come to value your contributions as much as he does.
I can earn their trust.
Trust is earned, and it sounds like I have my work cut out for me. But I plan on winning them over.
I don't doubt that. I just figured it was better to know what you were walking into.
Of course.
Starfleet has assigned us a high-priority mission to the Hotari region. I'll let the
Oh, okay. So let's see. So I made a good first impression with Commander Urmat, coming off as shrewd and inquisitive while showing empathy for what the crew of the Resolute need. I came off as shrewd? Okay. Ensign Calloway was grateful for Jara's helpful guidance when he was nervous on the shuttle flight. Okay, so that's all he really remembered.
captain brief you on board. I know he's eager to see you.
Will we be mission ready in time?
We have every intention. The crew has been working around the clock to get the ship ready. There's still so much to do.
Oh, I was probably shrewd when I said, "What have you heard?" But I wanted to find out more about myself. Oh, my plan is this guy now? Oh, I think I do. I think I heard that I swap between multiple people.
Stuck. I got just the thing.
Plasma torch. All right. What? Oh. I see what I have to do. Okay. Yep. There we go. And finally the third one. I did see on Steam that this does work well with my controller that I have plugged in, but I'm using a mouse and keyboard because it's fun. Why not?
And that... is that.
Now I felt stupid because I had to check to make sure my finger was actually on the D-pad. Or the D key. Wow. Lower decks. Lower decks. Oops, sorry.
I thought the thing was totally fried. Nice work, Carter.
Nothing to it, Neely.
And not a moment too soon. The boss wants us down in engineering. Like, now.
Well, we'll just have to side shift down there. Oh, I can. Oh, sweet. No, that's shift. Yeah. I'm using shift. There it goes. Run. 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 Run.
Junction 34B gives you access to the tube.
Run. 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 You're not running.
Engineering.
I heard the new XO just arrived. Won't be long before we get underway. I just hope whatever Chovak called us down for, it's something good. I can never tell with him. I'd rather not end up degaussing plasma manifolds.
We can
Hanging
handle
upside down
anything.
makes me queasy.
You and me working together? We can tackle anything he throws at us.
Your optimism is positively contagious. Looks like we got here before.
Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
We were just looking for you, Commander.
Petty Officers Ed Solar, Diaz. I was beginning to think you would be late. We are all hands on deck right now, which means if you are not at your post at the appointed time, I do not have someone to replace you. A point I have been forced to make to Petty Officer Edsolar on repeated occasions.
Apologies for the delay, Commander.
I do not want your apologies. Simply see to it that it does not happen again.
So, I don't suppose you wanted us down here to check in before we go off duty?
Equip yourselves in EV suits to work on the exterior of the hull. I need you to tune the structural integrity field for optimal performance. The subspace distortions and ionic interference we are experiencing are preventing the proper calibration. But this ship must be ready to depart shortly, despite the storm. The precise nature of these disturbances are not fully understood. But many systems have been affected by the wide band of emissive activity.
Whatever it throws at us, we'll be ready.
Over
Got
positive.
the best chief engineer in the fleet.
Kiss ass.
I am a Vulcan, Mr. Diaz. Flattery is not necessary. All that I require is that you do your job. Right now, that entails critical preparations, because long-range sensors show that these disturbances will be more severe at our destination, the Hotari system. You have your orders. Do not delay.
Yes, Commander
Roger that.
Chovak. All hands on deck.
What's that?
All hands on deck. That's what Chovak said. You know what that means? It means this ship isn't ready to go out and the brass know it. So they're throwing every warm body at it. And they're going to leave on schedule. Consequences be damned.
You won't get an argument from me, Nelly. Sure seems like everyone's still scrambling.
And I get it. When has a relaunch ever gone off without a hitch? But this isn't just any old refit or any old relaunch.
Oh, whoa.
Excuse me.
A lot of new faces coming on board. It's gotta be tough coming as a replacement. That's for sure.
They seem all right. Something that happened 6 months ago while they were off on another ship? Well, that's nothing to hold against them.
Yeah, you're right. I guess getting a little new blood on board doesn't hurt.
I really, really enjoy this.
Hold on.
Oh,
Now there's an old face I didn't expect to see again. Hey, Miranda!
You weren't gonna leave without me, were you?
Miranda, you're here?
We thought you were staying on the Adirondack.
Transfer came in at the last minute, so I figured I'd slum it on this bucket of bolts. Looks like you got her back together pretty nicely. I wasn't sure what to expect.
I'm gonna take the high road here, pretend you didn't say that, and welcome you aboard.
He's a better diplomat than I am.
He still owes me a bottle of Saurian brandy. Don't think I forgot.
Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Maybe Carter can rustle up that bottle and we can give you a proper welcome. As soon as we wrap up this quick little spacewalk.
Okay, I want to check. Okay, so as I play with Carter, so now we have. Okay, so oh, I see. So Miranda felt encouraged by Carter's warm reception when she first arrived aboard the Resolute, holding out hope that there might be some chemistry between them. Ooh, okay. Lieutenant Commander Chovak found Carter to be respectful and responsible when he and LCR were almost late in the main engineering. Well, I tried to run, Commander. Well, no, what I was saying is I'm really enjoying this. The story, it's like my paranoid mind's like,
Here,
something's
let me help
going
you.
on.
Thanks.
So what's the word? Are you back in the security rotation?
Yep. Still running with the usual suspects.
Whoa.
Good to go.
But really, it's like, I don't know, talking about
See you on
feelings
the other
and crap.
side.
You know, of course they shouldn't hold these new people accountable, but, you know, they're still dealing with the
Activating magnetic
loss.
souls.
Especially since they're, you know, young. All right, activate it. Anyways. Yeah, I think this is a game I'm going to have to buy. I can tell. It's only been like 20 minutes, and I'm just like, I'm okay with the slow pacedness of it. I'm okay with just, it's so story driven. I love it. And Star Trek is just, it's good story. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this game.
That view never gets old.
I will probably be way too nice. But sometimes a snarky comeback might be needed. It's a pretty game. I have it set on high, but I don't know. It's a story can make up for anything that lacks graphically. Oh, and now we transfer into our other character that we're playing. I love it. That's awesome.
Captain Solano should be here momentarily.
That was smart and clever, that transition.
You'll have to forgive me, I don't know much about Kobleods. But my understanding is you need a steady supply of duridium to keep your cell structure stabilized, or bad things start to happen. And we have plenty of duridium in sickbay, so there's no risk of running out.
Thank you.
Feel free to make yourself at home. And help yourself to whatever you like from the replicator.
Oh man, this also makes me want to play Star Trek Adventures, that role-playing game I started. Oh. Scratching the itch. Oh, what are we gonna replicate? We're gonna replicate something, right? Yes, let's use the replicator. I right now actually am sipping on Earl Grey. And it is delicious.
Just a sip of something.
Ractigino. Yeah, we gotta go for a Ractigino.
Decisions. Ractigino.
Because I also, Ractigino.
That sure has a kick.
Jara Rydek. Last time I saw you, it was graduation from the academy. You'd already secured one of the most prestigious assignments possible. And you were burning with enough ambition to fuel 7 trips around the Necrit Expanse.
It's good to see you again, Captain.
I could not be happier to have you on the Resolute. My only regret is that we couldn't provide you with a warmer welcome. The arrival of a first officer to her new ship deserves a bit of fanfare. But, unfortunately, we've had our hands full with the refit.
No, I'm gonna be humble. I think this is enough for me.
That would be totally unnecessary. I don't need any pomp and circumstance.
You've been here all of 5 minutes, and already you're trying to make us more efficient. I like it. As I'm sure you've heard, we've had a rough go of it these last 6 months. The ship suffered some damage, but not nearly as much as the crew.
An accident? No, it was a malfunction.
I heard that you had an equipment malfunction.
Is that what they're calling it?
Oh.
No, that's just someone being generous. If anything, it was a leadership malfunction. We were on the verge of a major scientific breakthrough. A quantum leap forward in warp core technology. 10,000 teradynes per second. The ability to travel at a sustained rate of speed longer and faster than we ever dreamed. What would have been the crowning achievement of my career. Right there. Within our grasp. Until it all went so horribly wrong. We pushed her too hard, and a warp core malfunction overloaded the system, creating a pressure gradient way beyond what the ship can handle. It was heartbreaking. We lost some of our best people. As captain, I have to take full responsibility. It was my decision to make, and I have to live with the consequences.
The crew knew the risk. So
We all know the risks when we sign up. There are no guarantees. As much as we tell ourselves otherwise.
True. But as captain, my job is to mitigate and manage the risks as much as possible. And that's where I failed. In my defense, I will say, we might have avoided the whole ordeal if my senior staff had been willing to trust me. There was a lot of pushback from my former XO, and I think that cost me his confidence. I don't want you to pull any punches. Certainly not on my account. But once we decide on a course of action, I need everyone to fully commit to the mission. Anything short of that just won't work. And that's when things start to go sideways.
But it's my duty as a first officer to point out. Oh, yeah, no,
Whether
I was going
agree
to
or
guess that one
disagree,
anyways.
I can promise that I'll be honest to a fault.
Good. That's exactly what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, it has to be my call. Look, I'll be blunt. We can't afford another mistake. Or at least, I can't. I feel like my career is hanging in the balance here. We need a win. Something to restore the crew's confidence.
I understand.
On a more positive note, Starfleet has tasked us with what they're calling a mission of the highest priority. Escorting a senior diplomat to Hotari space. Two previously peaceful and otherwise non-aggressive civilizations now find themselves on the brink of all-out war.
So it's a peacekeeping mission.
I see it as a golden opportunity to not only prove what the Resolute and her crew are truly capable of, but also a mission for which we're uniquely qualified. This ionic storm. Our long-range sensors suggest it's several orders of magnitude stronger than anything on record. A total anomaly like nothing we've seen before. And you'll never guess where it leads.
Hatari.
Exactly. Very nearly in the precise location where we're headed. Where I imagine the interference will be
my fingers were resting on the
So
keys.
basically, we're being sent into the eye of a storm, more powerful than anything on record.
And I accidentally clicked them.
Well, yes. But we're taking every precaution. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I expect we'll have some rough sledding when we arrive, so I need you to prepare the crew for the worst. There's just one more thing I want to clarify up front. The metric that for me will be the ultimate measure of your success.
What is it?
If after serving as my first officer, you don't one day find yourself with a ship of your own, then I will consider it my personal failure. When that might happen is entirely up to you. But it goes without saying, you have my full support.
It's been a dream of mine since before I can remember. So I would be honored to become a captain someday.
As long as you're willing to do the work, you have my promise. I'll do everything in my power to see that it happens.
Thank you.
Come, let me introduce you to the crew.
All right, let's see where we stand with him. Captain Solano was reassured by Jara's modesty and leadership potential after their first meeting. That is fantastic. Well, you know what, guys? I'm going to call it here. I don't know how long is in the demo, but looking at the time, it's been about a half hour. I love this game. I can already tell. Hold on, I want to get... no, so I want to look at the door. And then, yeah, there we go. Let's make it... Oh, you turned around. Oh, so good. Anyways, to all my dominant dabblers who have made it to the end, thank you very much. Until next time, everyone, we will see you soon.